Hi guys, welcome back to my channel where we talk about all things books. My name is Chloe if you're new here, and it is great to have you. It is February already. Can we believe how quickly January went in? Usually for me, January goes in so slow, but this year it just seems to have flown in. So we're already at the point in the year where we are doing another monthly TBR, and I want to do this month a little bit differently from how I did last month. So in January I only picked out 3 books that I wanted to read because I wanted to take the pressure off myself a little bit and just mood read as much as possible. But this month, with it being Valentine's Day, I kind of want to go really hard on the romance books that I've got. I said at the start of January that I'm trying to take my foot off the pedal a little bit with the romance because I don't necessarily enjoy reading it. However, I also have this year-long challenge of trying to get as close to a 0 TBR as I can. And with that comes the fact that I have a lot of unread romance books on my shelves. So with it being the month of love, what better time than now to read those books? So I'm going to try and get through as many of them as I possibly can. They're reasonably short. Most of them are about 300 to 400 pages long, so it shouldn't take me too long to get through them. A couple of days at most, I would imagine. And I've got Audible and Spotify that I can use audiobooks to help me sort of shuffle it along a little bit quicker. But also, this month, I have a TBR jar. So, I have bookish bingo in my reading journal, and I have put my bingo prompts into my TBR jar because I think that is the fairest way of picking ones to do every month rather than just picking ones that will fit the books that I'm already reading. This will push me to read different books as well. So I'm going to try and pick out 2 or 3 prompts every month, and those will form like my core TBR, and then the rest of it I can fill up with those other books that I want to read. So without further ado, let's pick our first prompt. So I'm just gonna give it a shake and give it a swirl around. So the first one is this one. Okay, and it is a book that has less than 10,000 Goodreads reviews or ratings. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Okay, let me go and have a look at my Goodreads, compare it to my TBR and see. Okay, so I've got my Goodreads up, filter TBR, number of ratings, lowest first. Ooh, okay. So these, I'm not sure if you can really see that, but the top 5 books are Hammer Young Luck, Christmas at the Palace, The Beauty Trials, Until We Shatter, and The Principle of Moments. So Hammer Young Luck is actually one of my anticipated books of the year, which only has 482 ratings. Christmas at the Palace is not very on theme. It's not very on brand just now, so we're going to skip that. The Beauty Trials is the 3rd book in a series, so we're not going to do that. But if we scroll down a little bit further, we do have some romance books there. So we have Destination Anywhere and The Staycation, which both of those I was gonna leave until I was actually on holiday, but we might need to read those instead. Oh no, there's Falling Hard for the Royal Guard as well, which is on there, so we might get that, but let's go grab a couple. We'll read the blurb at the back and we'll see which one we want to do. Okay, so I have them here. We have Falling Hard for the Royal Guard by Megan Clausen, we have Destination Anywhere by Sarah Bernard, and we have The Staycation by Cressida McLaughlin. Okay, so The Staycation then. Travel agent Hester Munday has been keeping a secret. Thanks to her fear of flying, she hasn't been on a plane in years. Now, Hester wants to make a good impression on her newest client, Jake Oakenfield, who was heroically injured saving an old lady and is now laid up in a luxury hotel. For Jake, unable to return to New York, binge-watching Netflix just won't do. He wants Hester to invent the ultimate escape and recreate her most magical holidays from the confines of his hotel room. As their perfect mini breaks around the globe take on a life of their own, Hester wonders if her world of make-believe is all starting to feel just a little too real. That actually sounds not too bad. Okay, let's read Falling Hard for the Royal Guard. Despite living in an actual castle, Happily Ever After is evading Margaret Maggie Moore. From her bedroom in the Tower of London, 26-year-old Maggie has always dreamed of her own fairy tale ending. Yet, this is 21st century London, so instead of knights on white horses, she has catfish on Tinder. And with her last relationship ending in spectacular fashion, she swears off men for good. And then, a chance encounter with a royal guard, Freddie, forces Maggie to admit that she isn't ready to give up on love just yet. But how do you catch the attention of someone who's trained to ignore all distractions? This one sounds as if it might actually be quite funny, and I'm definitely leaning more towards this. I feel like I've made up my mind already, but I will read the blurb of Destination Anywhere anyway, if there is one. Well, there is, but it's like a sentence. After spending her school years bullied and alone, Peyton King is determined to finally find her happiness. With nothing but her sketchpad and backpack, she buys a one-way ticket and gets on a plane. This definitely feels like the travel vibes are going to be way better for when I go on holiday. So we're going to save this for later in the year. Probably the same with the staycation. So we are going with Falling Hard for the Royal Guard by Megan Clausen. This is our first TBR jar pick of 2025. Okay, next, let's pick another one and we're gonna go for You. What does this say? Been on my TBR the longest. Oh no, I know what this book is. I already know what it is. And it is not romantic at all. Okay. Date added. Reverse. The book that has been on my TBR for the longest was added on the 6th of December 2014. So 10 years ago. I've owned this book for more than 10 years and I've still not read it. And it is, again, I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer by Michelle Hodkin. So let me go grab it. Okay, here it is. Whether or not I'll actually end up reading this book this month is completely debatable because this is dark and twisty, not cutesy and romantic, which is supposed to be the vibe of the month, but it might break up all of the cutesy romance vibes a little bit for me. So the synopsis of this book is as follows. Mara Dyer doesn't think life can get any stranger than waking up in hospital with no memory of how she got there. It can. She believes there must be more to the accident she can't remember that killed her friends and left her mysteriously unharmed. There is. She doesn't believe that after everything she's been through, she can fall in love. She's wrong. Well, maybe it might have depressing romance, which I suppose is still romance, so it's going on the pile. Okay, our last TBR jar pick then is... Oh, my hand's stuck. It's You. Okay. It is a book with a one-word title. Ooh, that could be interesting. I think I have a couple. Okay, let me go find some. No, it turns out I only have two. Romance titles apparently are already long. So the only one-word title books I have are Flawless by Elsie Silver and Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. So these are both like mega book talk hype books. They are both on my radar for the month anyway. I'm not sure what vibe we want to go for though. Do we want to go for cowboy vibes or sports romance vibes? Okay, let's read the blurbs. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. It looks like everything is going according to plan when she gets a full scholarship to the University of California at Maple Hills and lands a place on their competitive figure skating team. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a ring with the figure skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when Anastasia's skating partner faces an uncertain future, she may have to look to Nate to take her shot. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried because she could never like a hockey player, right? This is given Step Up vibes when that whole ballet meets hip hop. Okay, this is over 400 pages. This is how it's coming down to what's going to take me the least amount of time to read. Okay, the rules are simple. Keep my hands off his daughter. Wow, okay. But now I'm stuck with her. There's only one bed and, well, rules are made to be broken. Are they though? I'm the golden boy of professional bull riding, or at least I was until it all blew up in my face. Oh! This is male main character. Oh! I could save that for my male main character. There's one in here that's a male main character. Prompt. I could save that for this. Yes, that's what we're going to do. This month we are reading Icebreaker. We'll leave this for when I inevitably pull the prompt a male main character. Yes. Okay, well done me. That's our 3 TBR jar picks. I do have a pile though of more romance books that are on my radar for this month. So, here we go. Now, I'm not saying that I'm going to read all of these books this month because it's a lot to commit to, but these are just the ones that I'm going to pick and choose from. If I get through all of them, I'll be amazed, first of all. But I wanted to give myself quite a wide selection so that I can just pick and choose depending on the mood. So we have here, first of all, Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is the second book in the Brown Sisters trilogy. They are all companion novels. You don't have to read them in orders, but they follow 3 sisters, Chloe, Dani and Eve. I think it's Eve, or is it Eva? I think it's Eve. As they journey through their love lives. I loved the first book. I thought it was so funny. And this, look how floppy this book is. This has been on my radar for a really long time. So this I definitely think will be one that I pick up quite soon. Then we have the rest of my Ali Hazelwood collection. These are the books of hers that I own but haven't read yet. So we've got Highly Suspicious and Unfairly Cute. We have Loath to Love You, which I think is a collection of short stories. It's a novella collection. And then we have Love on the Brain. So I don't need to tell you what Ali Hazelwood books are about. We all know. They're all about women in STEM. And the less than recommended romantic situations they tend to find themselves in. But I love her books. So these are her 2 that I've not read. And then this one I think is actually a YA. Could you brave the wilderness with your highly suspicious and unfairly cute ex-best friend? Yes, probably. But yeah, they're all pretty short. And this would mean that I then have read all of the Ali Hazelwood books that I own. So these are also on my radar. We then have 2 Christina Lauren books. We have The Soulmate Equation and The Unhoneymooners. Again, I feel like these books don't need an introduction because I am very, very late to the party. Like I said, I bought all of these back in like 2023 during their hype wave on Book Talk, and then I just never ended up reading them. So The Soulmate Equation is about our main character June, who is a numbers person. She's very into statistics, and she joins a dating agency that matches you based on your DNA. And she has an unheard of 98% match with the dating company's founder, and then obviously all of the fallout and the consequences that entails. So we have this one, and then we have The Unhoneymooners that follow our main characters Olive and Ethan Olive's twin sister is getting married to Ethan's best friend, so Ethan is the best man, but unfortunately the entire wedding party comes down with food poisoning except for Olive and Ethan, and rather than cancelling or rescheduling their honeymoon like a normal couple would, they send Olive and Ethan in their place. And so it's a forced proximity, an enemies to lovers sort of romance, it sounds like. They are fake dating, so they have to pretend that they are the newlyweds because they're on this honeymoon, and no doubt end up falling for each other. I haven't read any Christina Lauren books at all, and they are so hyped in the book sphere that I've been dying to get to one of their books for so long, so I feel like this is finally the month to do that. And then lastly we have The Roommate by Rosie Dannon. I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what this book is about. This is another one that I just bought in the book talk mad hype. Clara Wheaton is the consummate good girl, overachieving, well-mannered, utterly predictable. When her childhood crush invites her to move cross-country, the offer is too good to resist. Unfortunately, it's also too good to be true. Suddenly, Clara finds herself sharing a house with a charming stranger. Josh might be a bit too perceptive, not to mention handsome, for comfort, but there's a good chance he and Clara could have survived sharing a summer sublet if she hadn't looked him up on the internet. Once she learns how Josh has made a name for himself, Clara realises living with him might destroy the reputation she spent years building. But while they may not agree on much, both Josh and Clara believe women deserve better sex. Fair enough. What they decide to do about it will change both of their lives, and if they're lucky, will help everyone else get lucky too. Here's hoping. Well, okay, this one sounds like it's going to be a bit bizarre, and I feel like I need to just read it now for the shits and giggles. That is my humongous February TBR. I've got no idea how many of these books I'm actually going to get through. If I'll get through even half of them, I might just decide to give up and go back to fantasy, but that I'm starting the month with good intentions anyway. Let me know down in the comments below, guys, if you have read any of these books and which ones you think I should read first. As always, if you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more bookish content by me. See you in the next one. Bye, guys.